What's up, everybody? TJ here, and I'm back with another movie review. Actually, not our first impressions video. Actually, um, last night or actually yesterday afternoon, I saw a movie on Netflix that apparently I didn't realize that it's already out, and and of course. Normally, with my feeling with usually direct to DVD movies, it means it can either be not very good or very bad. But of course, some movies, I don't know, depends on how you look at them. Okay, and it was Kindergarten Cop 2. Yes. Um, an unnecessary sequel to an Arnold Schwarzenegger classic. Actually, of course. Don't get me wrong. Kindergarten Cop was great. This one, not as much actually. And of course, yeah, I didn't realize that. Okay, it's already available on Netflix, but yeah, when I looked in stores, they're not available. So that's saying something. And well, I will say the story is kind of similar to the original. For those of you that have seen the original, you know, uh, Kindergarten Cop. Actually, cop goes undercover to a school to find out, what kid was supposedly related to this criminal they booked recently, that kind of thing. But there's a couple of elements that change actually. So instead of Arnold Schwarzenegger, it's now Dolph Lundgren actually, and it's a totally different character. It's similar premise story, but with a new set of characters and a different setting actually. So instead of being set in L.A. or Oregon, instead it's now Washington D.C. I mean, not Washington D.C. Washington State. I apologize. I'm sorry. So it's set in Washington State, and instead of being a cop, he's an FBI agent. Because the what happens is I'm just gonna spoil this part of the plot. If you guys want to see this yourself, okay? He busts perp, and supposedly he finds out that he has a flash drive with names of people on the witness protection program, and of course at the very beginning of the movie, he was protecting a witness that was going to testify against this mob boss, a Russian mob boss who's the villain in the movie. And supposedly, get what I'm saying is that supposedly her name's on that list, and if that list falls in the wrong hands, she's in trouble, kind of thing. Well, I'm like, okay, that's kind of pretty cool. James Bond-esque feel actually, but then throwing a little kindergarten cop thing, kind of cool. I will say, Dolph Lundgren, he has moments. There was some moments that had me, kind of laughing. But although it just kind of fell flat for me. Like Dolph Lundgren, you can clearly tell like some moments in the movie were kind of directly ripped right from the original. No, I'm gonna say there is a scene where the kids get out of control, and instead of he yells shut up or calm down or quiet and kind of thing. It's kind of cool. It's kind of funny. So obviously directly ripped from the original. But let's see. There's a couple of things that had me scratching my head. I'm like, okay, why couldn't they just do this or that? But of course, that's like more of the nitpicking thing. But I will say, there were some moments, that hadn't made Dolph Lundgren shine. There is a big fight scene in the movie, so I will say that is awesome. I will say the best comedy came between him and the Star character, which is his partner, his FBI partner. So there was definitely some funny stuff there. His FBI superior, he was like off the rocker a little bit, so he was kind of funny. But it just didn't feel as good as the original actually. So it was something. It had there. It just needed a lot to be worked on. And of course, I wanted to point out an interesting parallel with this movie and the last movie that I just reviewed, which is Countdown. Okay, they're both set in Washington, and both villains are Russian. Since when do we go back to the Cold War? I don't know, but it's something interesting actually. And of course, we need more cop movies. And of course, yeah, Washington, set in Washington State. That's interesting. To my knowledge, the last buddy cop film that I've watched, well, in years actually, since we've had a setting like this, was the Stakeout movies. If you're not familiar with those movies, check them out. And they star Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez. You will freaking laugh your butt off. And I'd say the sequel is just as funny. It features Rosie O'Donnell, but I definitely say watch the first one if you can get your hands on them. Okay, but anyway, Kindergarten Cop 2. it had its moments, but really need a lot to work on. Okay, and with that, I'm gonna give it a 4.5 stars at 10. Okay, because there's a lot that could be improved, especially the acting, especially from Dolph Lundgren, the time, everything. Okay, so if you want to watch this movie, watch at your own risk. Okay, if not, just avoid it. You can watch it on Netflix or any place that's probably streaming it. So okay, so let me know what you think. Please thumbs up this video, subscribe to my channel, and keep it tuned here for some more awesome videos.